Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Matthew. If you guys haven't don't know that, and I'm going to talk about remote learning when it comes to online classes. Now, this one's different. This is online classes where you actually have to show up for Zoom and be present with the professor online instead of just your traditional online class where you have to just do the work for a week and get a grade and here's the work again, read this chapter, read this section of the book, answer these questions, and the traditional online classes. So before I get into this video, I want you guys to know that I grew up learning in person, the traditional online class, things like that. So I'd never had an online class until I went to college. And sometimes, back then, I should say, I didn't take college that seriously. So online classes, in-person classes, I didn't really care. But if I had to think about it, I'm used to going to school, learning in front of a professor, watching videos, taking notes or whatever, and taking traditional tests in class, things like that. Well, fast forward to 2020, when COVID hit, and everything changed. Everything went online learning, everything went virtual. Everything is now at the point where we can learn online, we can work online, we could do everything online now. We really don't have to go out and about. So it's cool. Now, when it comes to online learning, I just feel like that's a lot easier when it comes to the traditional. Here's your work, here's your grade. There you go. Now, I never had to take a remote class till this semester. I was taking two of them. I was taking a computer class, and I was taking a math calculus class. Now, let me tell you something. Taking math and taking math online, I had no idea what to expect. I felt like math is, I felt like something I need to be in front of a professor and, write down notes, ask questions, and just be present. So with COVID all around, school's not open, I had to adapt, figure out how I was going to learn the concepts, especially calculus. Calculus is hard. And so I didn't know what to expect when it came to Zooms. And, with about 3 weeks left of school, I can honestly say that it was easy. It was easy in the fact of getting the concepts, learning, asking questions, and, being in a traditional class. Same thing with my computer class. In this class, we are able to talk about, what to expect. I don't have to be in class, even though it's considered a remote class. We're only in class for a certain amount of days. I think it's only 10 meetings, which is cool. I don't have to be on, the Zoom every day 24/7. And, the assignments are for your computer. And you can do it on your computer, too, which is cool. And you check in every 2 weeks. You have a Zoom meeting with the professor. And you just ask and make sure if everything's okay. Do you guys need help on anything? She goes over concepts and the materials. And, it's easy. Now, I will say this. For some reason, when it comes to online learning and Zoom meetings, you have the world record of just quietest classes all around. No one wants to talk. No one wants to communicate. No one wants to acknowledge the professor, and unless it involves the role. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Sometimes not even that. People will type in they're here. They're scared to talk. So that's something I don't like. I feel like professors talking to the wall. It's kind of sad. I would hate to talk to someone and they're just not acknowledging me at all. You know, if I'm asking, do you guys understand this? And they're just not responding, or if I'm just getting a bunch of yeses in the chat instead of just saying yes. I mean, yes, they're understanding, but at what cost, you know? So, yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel bad when the professors, you know, are on the other side and they're the only ones doing the talking, and yet they get no, you know, reassurance that we understand a concept, or make sure that, you know, if we have questions, we don't ask because we're scared to talk online. It's crazy. A lot of people won't ask the questions, but they'll type in the questions, you know, and they won't type it to the group chat. They'll type it directly to the professors. So, pros and cons. Pros and cons. Let's talk about them. Pros. When it comes to pros and remote learning, things that I'd like. This is only me. Opinion-based video. It's not facts. It's not a survey. 1,000 students. This is me, what I've learned. And the pros when it comes to online learning and Zoom meeting is one of the pros, let's be honest here, is I can get up 5 minutes before class and show up to school, you know, and be present. That's cool. And get up, use the restroom, brush my teeth, do what I got to do. 2 minutes later, I'm on Zoom. I logged in. I'm in class. That's cool, you know. I consider that a pro. That's awesome. Another pro is that, you know, like I was saying earlier, people don't talk to the professors. So it's kind of, you know, hard for the professors whether or not they really understand, if a student gets their concepts or whatnot. So the reason I think this is a pro is because for me, if I don't get some, I'm going to ask. You know, I'll ask once, I'll ask twice, I'll ask 3 times, you know, just to make sure I understand it. If I don't understand it, then I'll go office hours and re-ask and give an email. You know, I got to make sure I understand this type of concept, you know, what she's asking for, what she's looking for. And I'm not going to, I mean, you know, I'll ask once or twice and I'll get it, you know. But I feel like when you ask a professor, when it comes to online, they're there. They're ready to listen. They want to answer your question as best as they could. And I feel like the sense of urgency when it came to professors just asking, oh, yes, you have a question? Who was this? Yeah, what do you want? What's going on, you know? And it's just easier. It's easier for them to, you know, ask. For some reason, I would thought it would be a lot more easier for students just to ask questions. They're just silent. You know, I will say a lot of classes are silent, and when it comes to a simple yes or no questions, you guys have any questions, what do you guys need help on, nobody talks. It's crazy. No one will talk. No one will push that little mic button and just say what they have on their mind. So for me as a pro, I can ask a bunch of questions, you know, and I'll get answers to them. I feel like it's easier to get access to the teacher. That's cool. So we got the sleeping one. We got, you know, I feel like it's easier to talk to the teachers. And what else would be a pro? I think I would consider a pro with, I don't know, when it comes to work, like the material you're having to learn, it's really easy and accessible. The fact that if I'm learning a new concept, most of the time the lectures are recorded. Now, when you go into school, a traditional class, if you want to record someone and you know, the teachers say, oh yeah, you can record this, or you can't record it, you have to be present and that's it. You're in trouble if you missed, you know, you missed because you had something come up, you had to miss school for whatever reason, you're sick, you missed it. Now, if I missed it, I can just easily go back and just look at the concepts and what I missed, you know? And I think that's pretty cool because, you know, I have access to the lecture without being there. You know, now you got to be there, of course, but for the days I did miss it, they're there. They're there to watch, to learn, and go back to them. Another good thing is if you didn't understand something and you have to really get a concept, all you have to do is go back and watch. It's like watching a video 2, 3, 4 times. You watch a video, you'll notice little details. You know, you'll see the video the first time, a movie, and you'll notice, okay, it's a good movie. What the hell? My computer just closed. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm so cool. Okay, it's recording. Yeah, so you watch a video or a movie, and you notice the movie, and now you watch the movie again, you'll start noticing little details. Same thing with lectures. You're in a lecture, you have all this information coming in, whatever, and you'll get the main concepts, but then you go back and watch it, you'll get the little things out of it, so you have access to that. So I can easily get up 5 minutes before class and be present for class. Talking to the professors is easy, and I have access to the lectures, and if I really need to learn something or get something, I can easily go back and try it out. Cons about remote classes online is I'm in bed. I know I can easily get up 5 minutes before class, log in, and be present. I've been guilty where I'll just not even log in the computer, sleep through it before you know it. It's 8:30, 9:30, 10. I missed the class, and I was like, all right, whatever. Because as a pro, like I said earlier, I can easily access the information. So, yeah, I've done that a couple times, and I don't feel as guilty as I should. But it's not good. It's not good to miss class in general. So I'll consider that a con because people can just not care. And another thing is that people who have to show up, they can just be present but not be present. Does that make sense? Due to the fact that you have the internet in front of you, I can just mute my camera and watch TV, be on my phone, be on the internet, just do things that distracts me. So I will say that's a big con, because if you were in class, you would have to sneak a phone call, sneak being on your phone, whatever. You get caught, some professors will call you out on it. And, you're there to learn. When it comes to online, I can easily just be online and be on my phone. The professor's talking nonsense, whatever. I got this concept, I'm bored, and just, be on my phone, be on my tablet, and, watch TV, whatever it is. There's plenty of distractions out there. So it's easy to be in class but not be in class. Does that make sense? And last but not least, I will say a con would be to, it's easily for individuals not to even care about being online in general. Okay. I do know individuals who just hate the online aspect of learning. They'd rather be in a school setting itself. Me personally, I enjoy it. So, but I do know people, former students of mine, that just hate online learning. So I will consider that as a con, because people who aren't motivated to be on a computer, who aren't computer savvy, they just don't see this as cool or whatnot. They rather be in school. But overall, I think learning through Zoom is something we all had to adapt to, whether you like it or not. There's going to be a lot more Zoom classes online. I feel like with this pandemic happening, it's going to show that we're able to teach students effectively, as effective, the same way you are in a classroom. And before you know it, there can be a lot more classes online. It's easy. It's easier for the professors. It's easier for the students. And if the people who want to go to school be in school, they will have that option, I'm sure. But I wouldn't be surprised if online remote learning, became popular. And I wouldn't be surprised in the future, when I have kids, that it's strictly online. Like everything is just going to be online, and you learn. And what's going to separate the adults from the kids is if you focus online and learn and get something out of it. You grow your education and be someone. So the people who need to be in classroom settings, it's going to be tough to adapt. So I wouldn't be surprised. We have a lot of classes that become more accessible online. I like the idea of, a lot of people in colleges and universities can't get their classes. Oh, damn, I missed my class. I have a later registration date. Everything's full. Well, if you have an online class, it's not about seats. Let's be honest, everything's virtual. You have as many students as you want. Um, and it'll be a lot more easier to get a class and um, through online learning. So I enjoyed remote classes. I enjoyed it. I never had a problem with it. I was nervous as hell when it came to taking calculus online. I thought it'd be self-explanatory when I took a computer class online on my computer. I can do the computer work on my computer, and if I have to show up for class, so be it. I was nervous when it came to math. I did good, and I'm doing good. So I had a good experience when it comes to remote learning, and so when I transferred to Cal Poly, um, I wouldn't have a problem taking classes online. I wouldn't have a problem with it at all. Now, as the pandemic progresses and eases out, I wouldn't mind going to the school and being in the classroom setting for a class or two. But I wouldn't be surprised either if more classes are online. So I enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think. Put in the comments below. Let the professor know, whether you like online learning, remote learning, or not. And yeah, what do you guys think? Do you guys like it? Do you guys hate it? Do you guys rather be in school? You guys rather just not be in school at all? Just type in the comments what you guys think. So, all right, class, I'm gonna get going. You guys have a good one. I'll talk to you guys soon.